Is there any sweeter sound? Hello, I'm Rick Torbett and welcome to Better Basketball's Better Shooting. The sole purpose of this video is to develop in you a high percentage shot that has minimum parts, maximum efficiency, and can be easily applied to all types of shots used in a real game. It's to your advantage to watch the video in its entirety at least once. That's the single best way to know what tools you now have in your possession. As I go through the table of contents, I'll give you an idea of why each section and chapter was written and how to use the video.
Table of contents.
The video is divided into 5 sections, A through E. Section A contains 3 secrets that are prerequisites for the technique and training portions of the video. I put these in the beginning because you'll be applying these concepts in each section and chapter that follows. Section B contains 3 chapters on the technical aspects of building a game-winning shot. Chapter 1's title says it all. This is how to build your shot form step by step without any explanations for why I teach what I teach. Since this is a chapter that you may be referring back to time and time again, I left out all the reasons why in order to shorten the chapter. This chapter contains the bare bones steps for development and nothing more. Chapter 2 on building footwork picks up where Chapter 1 left off. In fact, Chapters 1 and 2 are simply 2 halves of the whole shot development sequence. This chapter will prepare your feet for the game movements that lead you into every shot. If you need to know the whys for each particular step of shot development in Chapter 1, then the explanations are here in Chapter 3. I have found that the heart cannot accept what the mind rejects. In other words, if you're really going to believe in something, you need to know and understand the why. Now, if you don't need to know why the first time through the video, then skip this chapter. You can always come back later and watch it at your leisure. Section C contains the 3 most common areas that need to be isolated in order to create new muscle memory. Because regardless of whether you're a veteran or a beginner, you may have a specific part of your shooting motion that must be developed to a greater degree than it is now before you can see overall improvement in your shot. Chapter 4 simply introduces Chapters 5, 6, and 7. The drills in Chapter 5 will build your shooting stroke. Chapter 6 will train your shot line and shooting form without the use of a goal. And Chapter 7 contains the drills to sharpen your vision. Section D contains my "what about these" chapters. Chapter 8 is my answer to the question that I'm often asked, what about our female players? If you are a female, then I encourage you to watch this chapter at least once. Some people feel that female players have shooting problems that are peculiar only to them. If you agree, then consider my observations and solutions in Chapter 8. Included in the women's chapter is an interview with WNBA player Shea Durone, who led Maryland to the 2006 NCAA championship and is widely credited as being the recruit that changed the course of Terrapin basketball. You'll also see Shea demonstrating shooting techniques throughout the video. In Chapter 9, you'll see the adjustments that are needed for the bank shot, the 5-foot pull-up, long-distance shooting, and shooting in the post. Section E is where the rubber meets the road. The theme of this section is practicality, what it takes to ingrain everything from Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 into your body and into your shooting habits. Chapter 10's contents were not in my first version of Better Shooting. Until now, the only way you could get what's in Chapter 10 would be to train with me privately. This is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those of you who are truly serious about shot development. It's where you'll pay the price that has to be paid to become a great shooter. Chapter 11 contains my review of The Gun by Shoot-Away. If you've ever been interested in maximizing your time spent training, you've got to consider the gun as the ideal tool for any type of shooting workout or shot training. I'll break down all the advantages for you along with a demonstration. Chapter 12 contains my review of the NOAA system. This revolutionary state-of-the-art machine captures the path of your shot with NOAA vision and gives you instant verbal feedback with the NOAA voice. It takes all the guesswork out of your release point and the arc on your shot. You'll see how muscle memory and shooting percentage